We all want to live in safe and happy communities, but sometimes harmful behaviors can put that at risk. It's important to understand these behaviors so we can protect ourselves and others. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step to creating a safer environment for everyone. When we understand the warning signs, we can take action to prevent harm. These behaviors can look different in different people, but they often share some common themes. These can include things like manipulation, disrespect, and a lack of empathy. These behaviors can have a serious impact on individuals and communities. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes. But when these behaviors become a pattern, it's time to take notice. We need to pay attention to what's happening around us, and we need to be willing to speak up when we see something that's not right. By working together, we can create communities where everyone feels safe and respected. Let's work together to build a better future. Harmful behaviors don't just come out of nowhere. They often have deep roots in a person's past. Childhood experiences especially can have a big impact. Trauma, neglect, and abuse can all leave lasting scars. These experiences can make it hard to form healthy relationships. They can also lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms. For example, someone who was neglected as a child might grow up to be manipulative. They might do this to get the attention they never received. But it's not just childhood experiences that matter. Our environment plays a role too. Poverty, discrimination, and exposure to violence can all contribute to harmful behaviors. These factors can create stress, anxiety, and hopelessness. This can make it harder to cope with challenges in healthy ways. It's important to remember that everyone is different. Not everyone who experiences these things will go on to hurt others. But understanding these risk factors can help us to identify people who might need help. So how can we recognize harmful behaviors? There are some common red flags to watch out for. One of the biggest ones is a lack of empathy. People who engage in harmful behaviors often have a hard time understanding how others feel. They might not seem to care about the pain they're causing. Another warning sign is a pattern of manipulation. This is when someone tries to control or exploit others for their own benefit. They might use guilt, threats, or lies to get what they want. For example, they might constantly demand attention or make you feel guilty for not doing what they want. A lack of accountability is another red flag. People who engage in harmful behaviors often have a hard time taking responsibility for their actions. They might blame others for their problems or make excuses for their behavior. You might notice they deflect blame, minimize their actions, or refuse to acknowledge the impact of their behavior. Remember, these are just a few examples. There are many other warning signs that someone might be engaging in harmful behaviors. It's important to trust your gut. Sometimes harmful behaviors can be hard to spot. That's because some people are very good at hiding their true nature. They might appear charming, charismatic, and trustworthy on the surface, but underneath, they're manipulative and exploitative. These individuals often lead double lives. They might have a successful career, a loving family, and a wide circle of friends. No one would ever suspect them of being capable of harm. But behind closed doors, it's a different story. These individuals are often master manipulators. They know how to push people's buttons and exploit their weaknesses. They might target vulnerable individuals who are less likely to speak out. This could include people who are lonely, insecure, or desperate for approval. It's important to remember that anyone can be a victim of manipulation. It doesn't matter how smart, strong, or successful you are. That's why it's so important to be aware of the warning signs and to trust your instincts.